Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having Leo on the second house cusp in the natal chart. Now, the second house governs monetary things, resources, income generated, possessions, tangible assets, values, material items, and self-esteem and self-worth. And the sign on the cusp of the house may indicate in some cases, the profession or job one may do in order to generate income, and it could give characteristics in that manner, perhaps, of doing so, and things that are connected with the second house in general. Now, if somebody has Leo on the second house cusp, well, I think the first obvious thing I look at is that the person can obviously be very magnanimous and generous over things that are related to money. This person, their money that they make is really could be strongly connected with their confidence, their self-assuredness, and how they feel about themselves. It could indicate somebody that can make money in some profession where they really stand out, or they're showcasing his or her abilities, especially if Leo is rising as well. This could be a person that might have maybe perhaps generate income in connection maybe with something where they're performing, whether it's could be an entertainment field such as singing, dancing, something even like, for example, someone works as a magician, illusionist, something where they're on stage in some cases and really putting themselves out there and showing others their abilities and what they can do, and in front of an audience. Leo is the sign of attention getting, so this could be somebody even with an introverted Cancer rising, where this person might bring out that more that gregarious side, that more extroverted side in connection with income. Now, this could also be somebody that on the negative side that might be somewhat, I don't like to say the word domineering, might be a little harsh, but and maybe in some cases, as far as income goes, I had somebody that figured prominently in my life some years ago. She would say, well, I'm going to go to this place and say, well, you shouldn't be able to purchase this in such and such, and I'll tell the storekeeper for you not to have this. So it seems like in some cases with people on the Leo on the second house cusp can be somewhat maybe controlling and have that sense of power connected with things that are money related. This could be a person that might be somewhat extravagant in money matters, might really go over their budget, even despite a conservative Cancer ascendant in many cases. A person that might be maybe somewhat about speculation in some cases, because Leo does correspond with the fifth house in the zodiac. Money may be spent perhaps on children very strongly. There might be strong generosity in connection with this. The second house rules the possessions. This person may be apt to purchase things that higher priced items, maybe in some cases more so than what's necessary, when the person may have actually been able to settle for a lower price item that was just the quality was comparable. There might be some need to have things that have a better appearance, and a lot of times those things are going to be more costly and could take a toll on the person's pocketbooks. So that's something to be careful of with this position. Now, there can be very strong loyalty. Person might be very loyal and steadfast in connection with their resources. They may, as far as their possessions go, they may not want to, it may be tough for this person to give them up because there may be a lot of pride and connection with them. And we look at the second house, it's associated with tangible assets as well. And this person really can put strong value in terms of maybe generating a lot of income. And maybe this might be a position for some people that might wind up investing maybe a little bit more than what they should in order to go for the, I guess you could say, go for the gold right away, so to speak, and try to get in hopes of maybe getting a lot in as far as a profit goes. For example, in a stock, for something where they feel that they could put a lot of money into an investment and can make a lot in return, without always factoring and taking into consideration that it still can be somewhat of a risk, and it's not always the best thing to put a lot of money into something when it's not 100% guarantee or assurance of getting back what you're really anticipating. So that's something to look for in this position. Now, actors Alan Thicke and Angelina Jolie, they have Cancer rising, but they both have Leo on the second house cusp. So they were drawn to fields where they can generate income, which was connected with acting and being in the spotlight. This is a person that might like to make money in positions connected with notoriety, with fame. Money may be spent to showcase certain achievements. So, for example, somebody buying a nicer frame to show off, say, a certificate that they received, whether it was in school or whatever achievement it might be. This person really want, for what they do money-wise, they may be looking for accolades and recognition. Even if it's somebody that's a more introverted personality, may very well still be looking for some kind of applause and adulation as far as what they're doing in the, I guess we could say, in the money department. And this person might show unbridled loyalty in connection with their values, and may show and really stick to them through thick and thin. And because Leo is a sign that is connected with loyalty. Now, on one negative side, Leo is about drama as well, and maybe this person sometimes may over dramatize something in connection with, for example, some financial loss, and think, well, I lost a little bit of money, I'm going to lose, that means I'm going to lose this and that, when a lot of times maybe it may not come to that, and there might be certain proclivity to maybe exaggerate certain things in the money department, or they might feel that they're going to make this amount of money, and when it's really going to be a little bit lower, for example, because Leo can be grandiose, and I think that would apply in this case to things related to monetary matters. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having Leo on the second house cusp in the natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having Virgo on the second house cusp in the natal horoscope. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.